I love volleyball. And when I was in college, I played a lot of volleyball. I played on a USVBA team out of Maryland, out of Middle River, Maryland. And we played a lot of tournaments all over, the basic region. We played in Maryland, we played in DC, we played in Delaware, we played all kinds of different places. The one tournament that I remember at the moment that I want to talk about is one that we played, I believe, at the University of Delaware. So we go down, and it is a tournament where we're going to see a lot of teams that we have not seen before. And we get down there, and there's a team that's going to be there that my teammates have told me about. And my teammates have all been playing together for quite some time. This is my first year playing with them. And they are saying, you're going to love the DC alternatives, or rather, they're going to love you. And thought nothing of it. And so we get down to the tournament. And when you play round robin play in a USVBA tournament, what you do is from your team, you supply referees in order to lower the cost. So we were playing our first game, and DC Alternatives had supplied the referees. And I had hyperextended my elbow previously in that season. So I had not been playing that well in that particular game. But I had a play where I dove, and I dug a ball out, and I banged my elbow on the floor. Hurt like hell. I kept playing, and I was starting to hit a groove. I went up, and I blocked the ball, and that hurt like hell because I had a hyperextended elbow. And after a few minutes, I said, I need to get out for a minute. And so when you're substituted out, the referee substitutes you out, and the referee, who was from the DC Alternatives, said, and this is, I quote as best I can, exactly the way he said it. He says, "Don't stop now, you're just doing good." Which really, I didn't quite process it. So the game went on, the game finishes, and we get round robin play to the point where we are playing the DC Alternatives. This was the point at which I realized what everyone was talking about, because when they come to play, they are wearing bike shorts, black skin-tight bike shorts. They're wearing pink or purple tank top shirts. This is not the standard thing that you wear. I should point out that, coincidentally, DC Alternatives is a gay team. All men's, all gay team, go figure. So that's just to give you a little preface of what's to come. They will do cheers as you're playing. And these cheers go like this. I will do this as best I can. They will, when they're trying to side out, when you try to side out volleyball at that point in time, they would go S-I-D-E-O-U-T, side out, side out. When they would be serving, before they would serve, they would go DC Alternatives, DC Alternatives. And the inflection in their voice was that they played up that lisp, that stereotypical quote-unquote gay male inflection. So we're playing, and they're doing all this stuff, and there's somebody yelled out, and we're playing. I mean, the DC Alternatives were a great volleyball team. I mean, you played different teams, and we were a very good volleyball team. They were probably a little bit better than us, which made playing them so much fun. Whenever you play someone who's better than you, or anyone who's better than you, it elevates your game, and it's a great feeling. So we played them, and we were playing them fiercely. They were a brutal team. They probably had a little more talent than we did, but we were playing well. But then we were down in the game, and I remember hearing this voice call out from the stands, and this male voice call out, Don't let the faggots beat you. And that's my moment at which I realized I was on foreign soil. I was in a situation at 20 years old, I didn't have any gay friends, or at least I didn't have gay friends that were out of the closet at that point in time. And it just struck me in that moment that here I am in a place where someone actually felt free enough to spur such hate. And it just struck me. And I remember one guy on our team, his name was Rick, and he had played on the team for quite some time. He says, that's the kind of guy that they're trying to antagonize because they're going to get into his head. And it made perfect sense. They're playing on the prejudice, they're playing on the stereotype. But it was just this moment at which it all made sense. At first I knew what they were doing, but then I really knew that what they were doing was effective. And it made me kind of sad, especially sad in retrospect, but it made me sad in kind of that moment, or it just was that moment of epiphany that there's this foreign land where hate is so rife and easy to speak. And this was a while ago, so I'm hoping no one would have the balls to yell that out today. But unfortunately, I have to say, I'm not so sure. I think that foreign land is not so foreign after all. So, thank you.